Shalom Akim. First and foremost, give all praises and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Rachak Urash. Double honors unto the elders of Paul's Great Millstone, the elders of Great Millstone, and of course, peace and blessings under the hopeful elect, that sincere servants of Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, serve him in truth and sincerity. Yes, we're led by the Chayaba from GMS Plaintables camp, coming back with another lesson to the spirit. So this lesson be based off this article from nationalnews.com, which is entitled, it says, the United States is close to reaching its expiration date. It will collapse unless its decline is immediately rectified. Yeah, and of course we understand how we are at the end times, and without a doubt, we are at the end of America, where America is about to meet its end very soon. As you see this picture right here, you know, the Statue of Liberty sinking, and what, the city on fire right behind it. Hey, that's what's gonna happen for America. It says the United States is nearing its predicted expiration date of 250 years, a date which aligns with the average lifespan of many historical empires. Yeah, and of course, the elder Apostle Dahar, he made a video about, you know, the same topic of how many historical empires, the average period that they ruled was 250 years. And well, guess what? America is about to meet that same exact point next year, man, 2026. And what? It says, yeah, historical patterns suggest an empire's decline after reaching what scholar Sir John Glubb calls the age of decadence or decadence. A period marked by moral decay, materialism, and societal fragmentation. It says key signs of U.S. decline include moral and spiritual erosion, unsustainable economic debt, deepening political polarization, and the breakdown of traditional family structures. Yeah, and exactly, man. Hey, this place is completely desolate, man. Spiritually, mentally, physically, in all facets. You know, this place is completely decayed. And hey, America is an empire. Because when you get to, it's important to go into the meaning of words. When you get the word for empire within etymology, it says, mid-14th century, territory subject to an emperor's rule and general realm dominion. It says late 14th century as authority of an emperor, supreme power in governing, imperial power. Going to the Old French, from Old French, it says empire, rule, authority, kingdom, imperial rule. It says from Latin, imperium, a rule, a command, authority, control, power, supreme power, sole dominion, military authority. Yeah, and does not America fit all those descriptions? It's the supreme power. It's the sole dominion. All other nations are below it. Of course, that's quickly dwindling as these other nations are, rising up. China, Russia. It says, sole dominion, military authority. Yeah, and America is known for this military, the authority that it puts forth, of course, amongst the whole world. How it sends its military amongst these other nations to pretty much keep these other nations, so America is able to raid, as the scriptures say, they don't keep our home. Or, for Esau, Esau's not a keeper at home. He enlarges his desire as hell. He pretty much, and it also says how he heapeth unto him all nations in Habakkuk chapter 2. So he's able to go into these other nations. He's able to pollute these other nations with his philosophy. Because what the pinnacle, or, the pretty much, you'll find you'll pretty much find Esau's philosophy at the max, the way he governs himself, the way he lives within America. The laws and the customs and just the traditions of America and the things that it does. Guess what? It's the Edomite way. And Esau has polluted these other nations with that. Well, he's able to raid these other nations and drain them of the resources. He's able to, of course, start these different wars based off of propaganda. And so what is that? That's an empire against a supreme power and military authority, a sole dominion. That's America. It says, Carl Thomas warns that without immediate action to revive moral values and strengthen families and communities, the U.S. risk following the path of collapsed empires. Despite the grim outlook, and blah, 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 and no, this place is not going to come back. There's not going to be no revival of moral values. Hey, as the scriptures say, well, let's go ahead and we can get a few scriptures. I already have a few scriptures lined up, but to get this real quick, Micah chapter 2 and 10, it says, "Rise ye and depart, for this is now your rest. Because it is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with a sword destruction." And this is speaking to us. It says, "Rise ye and depart, for this now your rest." And of course, it's speaking on to us Israelites. This book is written for us. This is our book, which the Israelites match up today to the so-called blacks, Native Americans, and Latinos. And of course, all the people have been scattered amongst these different nations, man. So you're going to find Israelites throughout these other nations as well. But the point is, it says, "Rising apart, for this now your rest." This doesn't literally mean arise and travel, try to escape Babylon by plane and go on to another country. No, it means to come out of this place spiritually, mentally. Because you can't really, you can't escape the Esau's world, man. Everywhere you go, we're going to be subject unto the curses, and ultimately we're going to be under Esau's dominion, man. Wherever, again, his dominion has extended amongst the whole entire planet, so you can't escape. But the point is that we can escape mentally and spiritually by how? By the way of these scriptures. Of course, by the way of serving Yahweh, B'Hashem Yahushai, the world ignorantly calls God and Jesus. The Heavenly Father's name being Yahweh according to ancient Paleo Hebrew, and the Son's name being Yahushai according to ancient Paleo Hebrew. So Babylon, this Esau's world isn't our rest. This is ultimately the reason why we're in the state we're in, a lower state. We're in a slave state under Esau. We're in an oppressed state was because of our disobedience. We went off against Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai. And the Lord put the curses upon us that's listed in Deuteronomy chapter 28, 16 on down. You'll get all the curses that the Lord put upon us. So that's why we are in the state that we are in. But, of course, for us Israelites who have woken up and coming back onto the truth, guess what now? We're serving Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, and through the blood of Yahushai, what the Lord is dealing with us again. So these scriptures and what the Holy Spirit and Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai is our rest, and our ultimate rest is going to be the kingdom of heaven, man. That's going to be our physical rest within the kingdom of heaven. Once we're changed and we're delivered from this wicked place, Babylon and Gray, and from this wicked, of course, the Lord comes back and he takes down Babylon and Gray, and he sets up his rulership and takes down these other nations as well. That's going to be what he raises up the Israelites, starting with the elect of the nation of Israel. Guess what? That's going to be our rest. But it says, so arise ye, so Micah chapter 2 and 10, it says, "Rise ye and depart, for this now your rest. Because it is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with a sword of destruction." Exactly, so this place is polluted. It says it shall destroy you, because it is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with a sword of destruction. See? So what does that show? It shows that this place is polluted And there's no way that it's going to come out of that pollution. So no, there's not going to be any healing or a revival of so-called, or, just revive a so-called revival of moral values within America. Like that guy said within the article, no, that's not going to happen. Why? Because it's polluted. And it said it shall destroy you even with a sword of destruction, meaning that ultimately this place, again, it's on the eternal, or not like it, it's on a forever decline onto its destruction. So it's not going to come back. So what this place is going to, when I say, of course, what this place is going to keep on declining and declining onto its destruction. It's not going to come back. Trump isn't going to revive anything. No, he's going to make things worse. And guess what? That's great, because that's what we hope for as well. And that's why we're glad that Trump is in office. Because, well, ultimately, he's speeding up the prophecies, man. He's making things happen. It says the United States could be nearing its hypothesized expiration date, and it could collapse soon after if the country's decline isn't immediately addressed. It says Thomas argues that the U.S., like other great empires throughout history, is on a trajectory toward decline. According to Thomas, by the 250th anniversary of the country's Declaration of Independence of July 4th, 2026, the U.S. will have already reached the average lifespan of most other great nations and empires of 250 years, as identified by British military officer and scholar Sir John Glubb. It says his thesis that empires usually last an average of 250 years before going through a major change that often leads to the dismantling of the empire and collapse of the state is rooted in an examination of historical patterns and the rise and fall of empires over 3,000 years. Hey, and there you have it. It says Glubb identified a consistent pattern in the life cycle of great nations, which includes stages such as the age of pioneers, conquest, commerce. It says affluence, intellect, and decadence or decadence. According to Glubb, the age of, let's see how to say this.
Decadence.
Yeah, decadence. So yeah, decadence, it says, is characterized by defensiveness, pessimism, materialism, frivolity, and it says an influx of foreigners, the welfare state, and a weakening of religion. These factors, Thomas argues, are already evident in contemporary American society. Yeah, and that's the point, man. And this place will not heal, as the scriptures say in let's go ahead and get that real quick. Jeremiah 51. Second. Yeah, so it says Jeremiah chapter 51. 7 says, Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord Yahweh's hand, that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. Yeah, and her wine, Babylon's wine, represents the ideologies and philosophies of America. And guess what has polluted these other nations? They drunk of it. They obtain their riches and they obtain their wealth. They obtain their power. But guess what? The American way is completely messing up the earth. It is polluting the earth. It says, therefore the nations are mad. When you get this in the NLT, it says, Babylon has been a gold cup in the Lord Yahweh's hand, a cup that made the whole earth drunk. The nations drank Babylon's wine, and it drove them all mad. Yeah, exactly. It says, verse 8, Yeah, so hey, it's having an effect. The way of Babylon is having an effect on the earth, and it's a 100% declining effect. It says, verse 8, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her take balm for her pain, if so she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. See, so you can't heal this place. Forsake her and let us go everyone into his own country, for her judgment reacheth unto heaven and is lifted up even to the skies. See? So her judgment reacheth unto heaven is so, hey. Yeah, so exactly. So this place isn't coming back, man. And ultimately what awaits this place? Destruction. Nuclear destruction. According to the scriptures, man. Yeah, so it also says, going back to the article, Thomas provides, so it says, America is already in its age of decadence and decline. Thomas provides a stark assessment of the current state of the United States, highlighting several areas where the nation is showing signs of moral and cultural decay. It says the first, America is moral and spiritual decline. Or like it says, the first is America's moral and spiritual decline. The erosion of religious values and the rise of secularism have led to a loss of shared moral and spiritual principles. Thomas cites the increasing number of people identifying as religiously unaffiliated, the decline in church attendance, and the mainstreaming of behaviors once considered aberrant. Hey, it says the second is America's worsening economic situation. The nation's financial debt, currently valued at over 36 trillion, and the growing deficit are unsustainable. It says Thomas argues that economic policies that prioritize immediate, it says gratification over long-term stability, are leading the country toward financial ruin. Yeah, there you have. So what? The morals of this place is corrupt. The economy of this place is corrupt. It says the next sign is the growing polarization in American politics. It says the political divide in America, such as between urban and rural citizens, and between liberals and conservatives, is deepening, fueled by differing values and perceptions of the federal government's rule. And what is that? That's Egyptian against Egyptian. The scriptures say in Matthew chapter 24 how nations rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom. And how in Isaiah chapter 19, the Lord will say Egyptian against Egyptian. The modern day Egyptian, the modern day Egypt is America. So the modern day Egyptian is a modern day American. So so we're seeing right now a building up onto a fallout civil war, a blown out civil war, man, within America, with all these different people against one another, pro this and versus anti that, Republican versus Democrat, and so on and so forth. Guess what? That's a setting up for a civil war, a all-out civil war. It says, Thomas points to the increasing cultural and economic gap between these regions, which has created a sense of estrangement and mistrust. So it says, finally, Thomas points to the fragmentation of American society, the decline of the traditional family structure, with fewer marriages and more children born out of wedlock, is contributing to social instability. Thomas emphasizes the importance of strong families and communities as a foundation of healthy society, which, hey, all that is out the window, man. Of course, we understand how the elites of this society, ultimately what they set it up where, starting with, of course, the Israelite family that is broken up, the so-called blacks, Native Americans, Latinos. They set up where our family is completely destructured. The woman is over the man. They rarely push for feminism. And what did how the amount of instability that that has caused, within the U.S. Hey, so hey, it goes to show you these 4 things alone that this guy mentioned. What is it? It's enough to completely lead an empire onto what it's ruin. It says America's expiration date is a sobering but ultimately hopeful call to action. While the historical patterns of imperial decline are clear, Thomas believes that the U.S. can avoid its predicted fate through a revival of more moral and spiritual values. And hey, as we just read, man, this place is not coming back. It says, to read again, Jeremiah chapter 51:9, we would have healed Babylon, but she's not healed. Forsake her and let us go everyone to his own country. For her judgment reacheth unto heaven and is lifted up even to the skies. See? So you can't heal Babylon, no matter what you do, no matter who's in office. You cannot heal Babylon. It says, verse 11, make bright the arrows. Gather, or we can go to verse 10. Jeremiah chapter 51:10. It says, Lord Yahweh hath brought forth our righteousness. It says, come, let us declare in Zion the work of the Lord Yahweh, our power. Yeah, and that's what we're doing. Of course, what the prophets of Yahweh Shemiel-Shai, what we're preaching this word and prophesying this word, and what has been a witness unto all nations. So what the word is out there, man. This word has gone out amongst the whole entire world, the whole entire planet. It says, verse 11, make bright. Yes, we're breaking down the prophecies. We're foretelling what's to come. Read this. It says, verse 11, it says, make bright the arrows, gather the shields. The Lord Yahweh hath raised up the spirit of the kings of the Medes. The Medes represent the Russians. Within this verse, it says, for his device is against Babylon to destroy it. And what's Babylon? Babylon the Great. This matches up with the Babylon that's mentioned within Revelation. This is the future Babylon, the modern day Babylon, which is America. This isn't speaking about the ancient day Babylon. This is referring on to the modern day Babylon. It says, for his devices against Babylon to destroy it, because it is the vengeance of the Lord Yahweh. It says the vengeance of his temple. When you get that word for device within the Hebrew, it's the Hebrew word. It says mazamah, which means intents, thoughts, purpose. See, so the Lord's purpose, his intent, is to destroy. Is to destroy Babylon. So, if it's Yahweh Shemiel-Shai's will to destroy Babylon, what does that mean for the fate of this place? If the Lord, if his intent is to destroy it, that means that there's no amount of healing you can do to bring it back. That means doesn't matter who's in office, you cannot bring this place back from its inevitable fate, which is destruction. It says, Jeremiah chapter 50 and 31, it says, behold, I am against thee, O thou most proud, saith the Lord Yahweh, power of hosts. Saith the Lord, Yahweh of hosts. For thy day is come, the time that I will, it says, to read against this verse 31, as Jeremiah chapter 50, behold, I am against thee, O thou most proud, saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts. For thy day is come, the time that I will visit thee. See? So the day is come for the time that the Lord Yahweh Shemiel-Shai will visit Babylon Great. Yeah, when you go into this whole chapter, as well as we just read chapter 51, a verse out of chapter 51, and as well as Jeremiah chapter 49. So Jeremiah chapter 49, Jeremiah chapter 15, Jeremiah chapter 51, what they all go into the prophecies of Babylon the Great, which is America, and about its fate. See, it says verse 32, and the most proud shall stumble and fall, and none shall raise him up. And I will kindle a fire in the cities, and it shall devour all round about him. It says verse 30. Yeah, so that's what's happening, man. or that's what's going to happen very, very soon. The Lord is rising up the Spirit upon these other nations. Starting up, of course, the tension between these other nations. So what? They completely depart from America. They make an alliance and to take it down, to take down Babylon the Great with their nuclear weapons. And what is that? That's World War III, the climax of World War III, man. Well, once that nuclear war pops off, it says verse 33, thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together. And all that took them captives held them fast. They refused to let them go. Hey, exactly, man. Well, Esau has took us captives, man. We're still in captivity unto this day. What, the children of Israel and the children of Judah. So what? Both the northern kingdom, both the southern kingdom and the northern kingdom are oppressed together. We're oppressed together here, man. The so-called blacks, Native Americans, Latinos. So-called blacks, southern kingdom, so-called Native Americans, Latinos, the northern kingdom. The northern kingdom came here, of course, to the Americas to escape the Syrian captivity. You can get that in 2 Ezra chapter 13, around verse 40. Well, the point is that we're still here captive. We haven't been led back onto our land. We've been stripped of our land. You have the Edomites dwelling there currently, the Amalekites, the chief tribe of the nation of Edom, dwelling in our land, in the land of Israel, claiming that what? They're the children of the Lord, which what? They're 100% imposters. It says, and all that took them captives held them fast. They refused to let them go. Yeah, so we're here in captivity unto this day. No, what's the word? No true reparations have been made unto us. And what true reparations is for Esau to give up his whole entire rulership and give it unto us, and put himself under to be our slaves, to give up his rulership, and to give up his power, and to give it onto us, and to be our slaves. But guess what? Obviously, he's never gonna do that. So the Lord will do it for us. The Lord's gonna take down Esau. Hey, ultimately, hey, the Lord's gonna do it for you, Esau. You don't have to worry about that. What? Yahweh Simeon-Affliction is coming back. It says verse 34. Jeremiah chapter 50, it says, their Redeemer is strong, capital R. Of course, that's referring to Yahushua. It says, their Redeemer is strong. The Lord Yahweh of hosts is his name. He shall thoroughly plead their cause, that he may give rest to the land and disquiet the inhabitants of Babylon. See? A sword is upon the Chaldeans, saith the Lord Yahweh, and upon the inhabitants of Babylon, and upon the princes, and upon the wise men. Yeah. And this is this is a great chapter that goes into what the fate of Babylon, what awaits Babylon, man. Going down to verse 40, it says, as the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah and the neighbor cities thereof, saith Lord Yahweh, so shall no man abide there, neither shall any son of man dwell therein. It says, behold, yes, see? So just like Sodom and Gomorrah, this place is going to meet the same fate, being burned by fire, but it's going to be a different type of fire. It's going to be nuclear fire. And of course, also, the Lord will be sending his other nations, like it. The Lord will be, of course, so the Lord raised up the spear upon these other nations to shoot their nuclear missiles upon Babylon the Great during the climax of World War III. But also, once Yahushua comes back with his angels and his army, and Michael the Archangel, well, he's going to be ordering his chariots to emit high concentrated fire, aiding in the destruction of this place, man. So the point is that this place is going to burn by fire. And it's going to be a greater fire compared to Sodom and Gomorrah. Again, this destruction is going to be the greatest destruction of all time. Of course, to America when it gets burned by fire. It says, verse 41, behold, the people shall come from the north and a great, like it says, verse 41, behold, the people shall come from the north and a great nation, and many kings shall be raised up from the coast of the earth. It says, they shall hold the bow and the lance, they are cool and will not show mercy. Their voice shall roar like the sea, and they shall ride upon horses. It says, every one put in array like a man to the battle against thee, O daughter of Babylon. And that people far the north, a great nation, is speaking about Russia, man. And hey, so we can keep, again, this is a great chapter. You know, you can get into it yourself, but you know, for time's sake. Hey, but hey, you know, what the point is, it has been made, man. So the fate of this place is already decided. No amount of healing can be done to bring it back. So going real quick to Jeremiah chapter 51:1, it says, the word that Lord Yahweh was speaking against Babylon and against the land of the Chaldeans by Jeremiah the prophet. It says, declare ye among the nations and publish and set up a standard, publish and conceal not. Say Babylon is taken, Bel is confounded, Merodach is broken in pieces, her idols are confounded, her images are broken in pieces. What does that represent? That represents, of course, the religions of this place. Christianity, without a doubt, is completely destroyed and desolate. Because what does Christianity go back onto? That goes back onto plantation Christianity, which Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, used against our people. What did to keep us in a lower state, spiritually and mentally? Keep us further away from the truth. You know, the real truth of the Bible, of the Holy Bible, the real truth of these scriptures, man. Esau hid it with his plantation Christianity. But what, you have an all-time high of people leaving Christianity, different religions. They don't know what to trust anymore. And what, you're even having a lot of Jake. Well, they're finding, or you know, they're finding out about the truth. So the point is that what? Hey, this place, you know, the religions of this place, again, all of them are, it says, her idols are confounded, her images are broken in pieces. See? In pieces, so it's not coming back. It's just like how you can't, if a glass, you know, if you drop a glass cup on the ground, you know, you can't put it back. Yeah, you know, you can't glue pretty much glass together. You can't glue, or you know, you can't glue a clay, you know, a potter, you know, back together, man. Well, same thing with the things of this place. You can't put it back together. Why? Because it's all broken. So it says, Job chapter 14:5, it says, seeing his days are determined, and it says the number of his months are with thee. That is the point of his bounds that he cannot pass. See? So the point is that Esau's time is appointed already. He can't pass the time that has been given unto him, which, well, America is nearing that 250-year period, which we believe that this is the last term, man. Trump, we believe that he's going to be the last president. That's our hope. It says, verse 2nd Ezra chapter 6:9, it says, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. See, so we are at the end of Esau's world, and we're at the beginning of Jacob's world. Or, Slakia, we're at the end of Esau's world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So once Esau's world is finished, then what? Jacob's world will begin. So we're nearing the beginning of Jacob's world, which is what, the kingdom of heaven. Esau is nearing the end of his blessing, his temporal blessing that was given on him by Isaac. But Jacob's eternal blessing will begin very shortly once Yahushua comes back to take down Esau, to take down Babylon the Great, and to take down these other nations, and to set up his people over all the people. Read the last one. It says, Revelation chapter 18:4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, that I receive not of her plagues. Of course, that's us being lifted up onto the heavens, through the chariots. Once Yahushua comes back, the so-called UFOs, because the scriptures say how we're going to be beamed up and lifted up to escape what the plagues of America, which the ultimate plague is going to be those nuclear missiles. It says verse 5, for her sins are reached unto heaven, and the Most High hath remembered her iniquities. See? So her sins are reached unto heaven, man. So if her sins are reached unto heaven, you think that this place there's any type of healing or pretty much a reviving that a place can have? No, it's 100% impossible. It won't happen. Because again, the sins and the transgressions that this place has done against Yahweh Shai, against the earth, as it says, it's lifted up onto the heavens. It says, Most High hath remembered her iniquities. See? So Lord won't forget. So, hey, just like any empire, this place will meet its end very, very soon. Because we are at that point, at that 250-year period. So, Lord's will, you brothers at the edified, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Gakodash Brakatham, Shalom.